Hello everyone. Today we will be taking apart this ultra fast nickel metal hydride nickel cadmium battery charger that I have featured in a previous video of mine. Not exactly the highest quality rechargeable battery charger, but definitely better than the one that I showed in a previous video of mine, showing the absolute monstrosity that was the AliExpress battery charger that was dollar store prices. Oddly enough, this one actually has it can only charge 2 batteries at a time or 4 batteries at a time. You can't do 1 or 3, and if you want to charge 2, it has to be in these 2 slots. And there's a switch to select. But the most important thing is that it has a ready light telling you when it's done. The AliExpress one didn't have that, and this also has some pretty weird ways for switching between AA and AAA. You flip down these things for AA and AAA. Anyway, let's get to taking this apart. Oh no. Can you see that? That's a security screw. No matter. I already have the correct bit on my multi-tool screwdriver here. And we can unscrew this, and boom, pops out like a charm. This corner actually does not have a screw. This is just some foot, and I think it's because there's a snap right under there. So it should be opened up from this side first. So cue the dramatic music. Okay, so here's the board. As you can tell if you watched my previous video, there's a lot more stuff going on here than there was in the previous one. And oddly enough, most of the stuff is through cold. There's only one SMD component in here, and that is this uh, chip. I don't know exactly what it does. There's a helicopter outside. So here's the other side. I pretty much do not know exactly what I'm looking at. Well, I mean, of course, some resistors. There's this pretty big resistor. I'm not really sure what the purpose of that is. It looks like it is just a 120 ohm resistor. That's a weird resistance. Then we have a dual operational amplifier. This is a switch, and if we look on the back, it looks like this is a double pole, double throw switch. And it just has this little cover that pops on and off. And of course, you can flip it. Here are 2 power inductors that probably for 2 separate boost converters that either handle 2.8 or 4 point, yeah, 2.8 or uh, around 5.6 maybe volts. That's just so that the batteries are all charging in series. Not exactly the best configuration, but this is a cheap battery charger that I got at the thrift store. What can you expect? There also looks like there's some sort of transistor in here too. That's probably the switching MOSFET, and it's connected to a pretty large heatsink. So that's interesting. There's the barrel jack, probably some capacitors that have to do with the boost converter. 2 LEDs indicating um, charge and ready. And there's this weird switch here, probably a leaf switch of some sort. I'm not really sure what the purpose of this is. But anyway, let's put it back together. Couple notes, because of these springs on the bottom to hold the batteries in, this is actually pretty annoying to put back together. And for example, these the charge and ready lights and the switch, those can be a little bit hard to get in there, as well as the DC barrel jack being properly seated. And anyway, these screw holes also need to be going directly through the mounting holes in the PCB. And now we can put the back cover. We can put the cover back on. Make sure that the snap has snapped. There we are. And now let's screw. And it's all back. Movie magic. Anyway, I'd like to talk about the specifications. So, as you can see, yeah, 2.8, 5.6 volts DC. Um, it says that there's supposed to be a lower current for AAA, but I'm not totally sure how that's supposed to work. And oddly enough, it's the batteries that I'm using. They get pretty hot when charging. Well, not exactly burning hot, but definitely warm, maybe around 40 degrees. Uh, and this cover over here, I don't like it because if you're charging like 4 batteries at once, and yeah, if you're charging 4 batteries at once, then it will get pretty warm inside. And close it, yeah, this would get pretty warm inside, and the batteries would get hotter than they need to be. So if you're charging 4 batteries, then it's best to leave the lid open if it has a lid. And these are actually some lower capacity batteries. You probably can't see it because the text is too small, but it says 650 milliamp hours, and that's a pretty low capacity for rechargeable batteries. I've seen numbers as high as 2,500 milliamp hours, so those probably would get even hotter. So it might not be the smartest idea to leave the lid closed while charging. But then again, those higher capacity ones are probably going to be more expensive, so they're probably also going to be better built and have a lower equivalent series resistance than these cheap ones, these cheap CEL battery ones that I got with some walkie-talkies. Anyway, that's about it. Bye.